because basically it's one of the best options out there for a first timer to get started RV. Hey everybody, welcome back to Bish's RV. My name is Josh the RV Nerd here at my Coldwater, Michigan hometown superstore. And this is basically the modernized version of the exact camper that I tended to spend the majority of my time camping in. So this is the one, essentially, that I used with my family. Now, we're a family of three. We were one and done, and this is just enough to get us through a 4-day weekend without going absolutely stir crazy. What I love about this one, and why I chose to camp in the no slide 26-foot Jayco bunkhouse with my family, is it does everything I need it to do. It doesn't do anything I don't need it to do, and the things I need it to do, it does well. It sleeps a lot of people. It has good storage capacity. It has a taller shower for a goofball like me. It had room for me to put in a true queen bed, although it doesn't come with one from the factory. I had no problem swapping out a mattress because, frankly, I wouldn't use the factory backbreaker death wafer mattress anyway. But there's a couple key things on the one that we're looking at here today. So first of all, this is the Indiana build. The Idaho build, the Western edition, actually has a couple extra features this one doesn't. But one of the things that we really like to do at Bish's is make sure that our J-Flights have enclosed underbellies. That's a special option that we've applied to basically all these. Also has the 200-watt solar package that is optional here, shown today to help keep your battery centered up, which, again, I appreciate. Even though I'm a park camp and pavement princess, I like that kind of stuff. I like the awning space this one gives me and my family, and with no slides. It is simple. It is easy. You just, there's no like push the button and done. You back in and you're done. It's just that kind of simple, you know? I just literally choked on thin air. I'm sure my editor is going to have a field day with that one. But the double length warranty that you get on your Jaycos, again, the taller shower, those are all things I like. But this newer version actually has a couple things I think it doesn't do as good as the old one. And I want to point some of those out. I want to give you the good with the bad information. And if you appreciate the candid approach, hit that subscribe button. Let's get going. Now, with our initial flyby footage, we've already had kind of a general look at this. But what I want to do here is all in one shot give you just a look at the general layout so that you can see what's going on. Now, basically where I'm standing is if you just got out of the bunks or the bathroom, this is our point of reference. You see the entry door amidships over there on the right-hand side. And the Jayco version of this goes with a half privacy wall. A lot of your, like, say your Forest River Salems or Cherokees or Wildwoods, they often do a wide open wall, which makes the RV look and feel bigger. Don't get me wrong. Our own Go Play version of this, the 26BH Go Play, actually does a full privacy wall with a door, but as a result, the RV also feels smaller. And that's the thing, is that there's no shortage of brands who have built this layout, and versions of this layout probably are never going to go out of style. I can see, when I look back through the RV fossil records of the world, I actually see versions of this floor plan dating back over 30 years. It's never going to totally go out of style. But little things here, like this is the J-Flight SLX little brother version. And some versions include full cabinetry up in this area that this one doesn't, you know? Every builder of this floor plan, they all do something better than somebody else because they all kind of pick their punches. Then they all love to snipe one another, say, see, ours is better for this reason. And yeah, maybe it is better for that reason. Maybe it's not as good overall for you. So what is the Jayco bringing to the table? Pocket screwed lumber core cabinetry. If you don't like the fact that some RVs just use staples for cabinet fasteners, maybe that's one of the things you might like here. This includes a full oven, not just a convection microwave electric oven combo. So you've got a full kitchen complement where you've got, you know, the full sink, the traditional microwave, your 10 cubic foot, 12 volt compressor fridge, and the oven right there. Also, if I take a squat over here at the sofa position, if you choose to add a TV, it goes right against that bunk wall where that white and red sticker is. And it's, I think, about the best angle you're going to get because from the sofa, you have easy viewing. And from this bench right here, you also have easy viewing. If you are at the bench that we're facing currently having a staring contest with, that's not going to work as well for you. But I also don't know that people are buying this RV to go camping. Again, I've camped in this floor plan with my family pretty much in my entire adult life. We've never once had a TV in it. If it's a rainy day, we tend to go somewhere and do something like a museum or whatever. If it's, you know, screaming hot day, we'll come inside for like a 1 hour siesta. And you know how when you get really hot, you get really irritable? we all take like an hour cool down period where one of us grabs a sofa. My daughter usually climbs in a bunk. You know, my wife will grab the bed up front. We all just kind of stretch out, lounge out, play on our phones for about an hour. Then we go back to doing family stuff when we don't want to irritate one another to death. You know what I mean? Little things that I look at though. I love the big campsite window. If you've never camped, you don't realize how nice it is to be able to keep an eye on your kids. Now, between that window, the full window in the entry door, and the cross breeze windows up in the bedroom area, you have pretty good views of your campsite of your RV. And that's actually one of the benefits of this having that half cutaway wall is that, like, if you're sitting here on the sofa and you hear something go bump in the night or whatever, you can whip your head over your shoulder and see what's going on outside that window, you know? The little things though that I like or would like to see changed. I like the USB plugs over here just to the you know, above the dinette. I kind of wish they were a little closer to being in the center of the dinette, but they have a giant window there that actually goes down below the dinette level. And I would love it if under this bench that was like a cutaway shoe garage right there. It just having a place to kick shoes off by the door, I have found would actually be really helpful. Something it's easy to miss is the fact if you look between that cushion and the tabletop, there's actually a household power outlet set down there. That is extremely, extremely nice. And again, I've never brought a TV with me camping in a floor plane like this. I don't judge people that do. You spend your time and your money however you want. I don't care. But this is, I like that they actually use HDMI wiring because it just, if you choose to add something, it just more easily connects to everything. And that's actually still a AM/FM stereo head unit. A lot of brands don't do that. Now, your Jayco bunks, one of the nice things here is that they're always going to be double bunks like this anyway, 600-pound rated. Now, what I want to check is what sort of power outlet solutions we have up here. I see so many RV brands, I can't really recall. Wow, I don't see any power outlets for this upper bed. I respectfully feel that's a little bit of a miss. You may also notice how in the SLX series here, we don't always get windows for every single bunk. We've obviously got the bottom breeze window down here and a set of household outlets. But I tell you what I would do. I would get a like a 1.5 drill thing, and I would probably drill a little bit of a hole up through there, and I would fish I'd put some plastic grommets on the hole that I created, but I'd probably fish a USB line or something from an adapter up to the upper bunk right there. That's my 2 cents. That's something I think would be handy and useful. As we move over here, some people don't like this. I found it really handy. This is a split bath where the sink for the bathroom is outside of the actual bathroom enclosure. And what's nice about that is like one of us can be taking a shower and somebody else can be washing our hands or brushing our teeth, which I appreciate. In the Indiana builds, though, it is just a mirror glued on the wall. In the Western edition, like the Idaho built units, they have this whole thing, Rocky Mountain edition or Baja or something like that. I get the names mixed up. I think those are actually two separate things that are available. They actually have a full medicine cabinet and a couple other details that the Indiana units don't have. Now, they run a couple bucks more as a result, but sometimes that's juice that's worth the squeeze. Now, speaking of squeezing, oh, that was bad. I didn't think, oh. Never mind. Look at the left side of the screen, please. You can see that I'm squeezing in that bathroom space a little bit. If you're a lefty, it's a little tighter, but as a righty, because they went with a bathtub and a shower curtain, it's not a problem. Not a problem for me whatsoever. And in case you're wondering, no, the dead bug in the tub is not included with the sale. I don't care how much you want it. You can't have it. Too bad. You may also notice how this does have full shower surround paneling and a full-on skylight. And if you take a look at the right side of the screen, you can see that I've got some plentiful headroom up inside that space, up in here, not a problem. Now, this is one area I really don't like what they're doing on the new versions. They've got a bathroom vent, but it's not a fan. And that is probably, if there's two things I could personally change on this RV, it would be, I would install a vent fan in there, and I'd swap out the mirror for some kind of medicine cabinet, or I would add a small enclosed medicine cabinet into that area so that I actually had some good dedicated bathroom storage in that area. I personally think that would be very, very useful, but I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. What do you think? And in the meantime, let's crack everything open. Now, I also want to mention, if you're like, I've had some people say, dude, I don't need to see inside of every cabinet. That's cool. I totally respect that. I know that some people like to. That's another reason. It's reason number 37, actually. I chapter mark my videos so that you can jump to exactly the footage you like. So if you hit this segment of a video and you're like, I don't care. I don't care that under the sink there's a spot for the wastebasket. Then skip ahead. No big deal. I'm not going to fault you for that. I also want to point out, if you look, the bottom drawer and the top drawer are bigger than the middle drawer. Why is that? Well, the top drawer is not quite as deep. It's a little more shallow because it fights with the sink plumbing. And the bottom drawer just didn't used to be there. They added that drawer because people said, well, there's wasted space. That sucks. I don't like it. So they added at least a half-size drawer that can sort of wrap its way around the water pump that's under there, just to kind of give you a reference point. Now, little things like this. Remember I mentioned on the other side of the RV, they didn't have full overhead cabinetry. Some brands don't put full overhead cabinetry there. Jayco did. Each brand does something a little bit differently from someone else. And if you appreciate how we take the time to like even show you the dinette storage, give me a little thumbs up on the video or something like that. And if you don't appreciate all the extra information that we've provided in these videos, go ahead and click the thumbs up button on the video so that we know. There's somebody going, wait a minute. And yeah, you're right. I said it. Just in case you were curious, the sofa also folds down into a small sleeper right here. But you know, I might have actually got my shoe garage without needing to modify the dinette. I always forget about this. There's a nice little junk in the trunk space right under the sofa, right when you walk in. And notice how you have that little drop-down flopsy door on the front of it. So you don't even have to lift the sofa up to get to the stuff. It's kind of handy. It's kind of cool. Now, one of the other things that I have changed out in basically the one of these that I go camping in is I put a true queen bed in here because from the factory, this is 60 inches by 74 inches. It's 6 inches shorter than a true queen. The thing is, they have left room for a true queen in here, which makes me go, why don't you just put the true queen in the first place? And I don't know, maybe it costs $4 more for the cheap mattress that's 4 inches longer. I'm not sure, but hey, there's your answer. Now, one of the other cool things on the half privacy walls, again, if you are interested in having entertainment, it gives you a better wall to place entertainment. This is also outfitted with their optional solar package, which is where that little charge controller is coming in over there. Now, if you notice, the side stands are wide open. They don't do a lot of USB plugs in here. That would be a nice thing, but I can always throw a USB plug adapter. They actually do something I think is kind of smart and crafty with their storage, as you're looking at a reflection of me. Much better. Over here, they only include shelving, and it's not removable. That side is basically dedicated dresser space. And let me actually get you right up here so you can see. Watch my fingertips disappear. There's about a 1 inch or so lip on that. So if you do include some kind of little totes or wicker baskets, you got a great space for it. This side over here is dedicated hanging space. Now, admittedly, that's not a lot. But this isn't intended to be an extended, I couldn't decide if I want to say extended or exceptionally. It's not intended to be a really long-term use camper. That's what I'm trying to get at. I do like the fact that even under the bed, we've got plywood decking, and I love the fact that they actually have the gas struts for the easy lift under that bed right there, because so many manufacturers will not. One other little thing I realized that I forgot to display previously is if you want a little more population control, you can flip down this simulated cinema seat middle armrest right there. And you got the little two-fisted drink holder. So if you are stuck inside for a longer time, it is nice to have an extra little place to rest your arm. One of the other attractive qualities on this one for me is its towability aspects. If you take a look along the bottom of the screen there, you see where, basically, if we're just going to call a spade, a duck, she's a 30-foot long camper that has a maximum fully laden weight of 6,500 pounds. That's not bad. You know, having no slide allows this RV to ride on a lower profile chassis as well. And if you look up here at the tongue of the RV, you actually see how it's an integrated A-frame. That's another one of the little secret in the sauce things on J-Flights. It's not like they're the only ones ever to do it, but it is rare, especially at this price point. You know, you don't see integrated A-frames a lot. And one of the cool things about it is this RV has a taller ceiling, but not a taller exterior height as compared to a lot of other things. Even though it's taller inside, it's actually shorter outside than a lot of other similar floor plans from other builders, because the floor actually starts at a lower point. And as a result, this has a lower center of gravity. And even though there's no special suspension package or anything like that on this RV, I've always half-tonned it, never had a problem. Really never had a problem, and I never drove the world's biggest, heaviest duty half-ton or anything like that. I also really love how Jayco continues to give us a gigantic front pass-through compartment right there with the big baggage doors on both sides. The magnet holdbacks are a nice touch, still using the silvery twist latch butterfly locks, but hey. And again, normally your Indiana-built J-Flight SLXs often would not have an enclosed underbelly. That's kind of one of those things that at Bish's, we like to order them that way. It's not like it's super Arctic package. It's not mega forced heated or anything like that. It's just an enclosed underbelly skin. But man, it helps keep debris, it helps keep critters out of there, it helps protect your holding tanks, and just a whole number of other things. And again, one of the reasons that I've always kind of liked Jayco, I like peace of mind as much as the next person. And when you have essentially double the warranty that practically anybody else is offering at any segment of the market, this little trailer actually has a more involved warranty as compared to the average luxury fifth wheel on the marketplace today. I think that's kind of crazy. Now, the awning, I've always wished it was just slightly bigger. Like, it looks like maybe if they extended it, they could squeeze an awning arm between the window and the baggage door. But I'm going to guess for budget constraint reasons, they've just never done it. It wouldn't be hard in one of the two massive outside storage compartments to lug along like a easy up screen room or something like that. I've always liked how I'm clumsy, and if I fling that door open, you might notice how there's going to be plenty of room. It's not going to hit that awning arm. I like the stable steps so that it doesn't wiggle jiggle the RV around as we come and go. But I know that this jelly ain't everybody's jam, and that's part of the reason we carry so many different brands, because some people do the steps and some people don't. I also appreciate the silver lining on this otherwise cloudy day. Let's say, Lord forbid, you have a blowout. These have a galvanized steel wheel guard, basically, up in here. And the idea there is, let's say, God forbid, one of these belted radials absolutely gives up the ghost. It's just one more little layer of protection before this starts, the belted radial starts busting into the RV and belting your camper like Katy Perry belting a song. I don't know why she came to mind, but there we go. Now, we are in an SLX J-Flight. There's also the big brother called J-Flight, not J-Flight SLX. I wish they would call it like J-Flight Premium or something so that it would be easier to explain on camera, but they don't. What I'm getting at is this is the basic member of the family, as the lack of bathroom vent fan kind of revealed, I guess you could say. Well, we also run on import tires here on the SLX family. Now, I don't tow far and I don't tow fast, and I check my air pressure before I leave. And the camper that I have towed around most of my time has always had import tires, and I've never had an issue, but I do the things to take care of them. I don't know that everybody necessarily does. Now, you could have the best tire in the world, and if you catch a piece of road debris, you're going to have a flat. There's just no other way about it. And then you're going to be climbing up the hill, going to that Frankenstein place, talking to Dr. Frankenfurter after walking through the rain with Brad. Does anybody even know what I'm talking about right now? Leave me a little note in the comment section if you have any idea what I'm talking. Where's the spare tire? Sorry, squirrel. There's supposed to be a spare tire on here. Evidently, I don't know, it's getting replaced or something, but a spare tire is included in case you're curious. What is not included is a ladder or a backup camera, but it is prepped for both. And it does have a full walk-on roof. Up top there, you'll also find that 200-watt solar package. And it is about to become an Indiana Jones claustrophobic corridor as I weave my way between these two trailers. The sewer outlets are going to look artificially close to the ground right now because the tongue of the trailer is actually up a little bit high, and the ground actually swoops up as you get near the road where I'm walking. I'm practically in the road recording this for you. But yeah, it's kind of low to the ground back there, and that's kind of a concern point for some folks. I just want to make sure you understand that, and I point that out. A couple things, though, that I've always really appreciated about these. In a basic camper, you don't always get a black tank flush. You don't always get a hot-cold outside utility shower. You don't always get tinted windows, nor do you always get a stovetop exhaust vent hood. So if you do happen to be cooking in the RV, you can blow the hot air out of the RV the same way that I blow hot air out of my mouth every time I make a video. But what if you like this thing, but you don't want to put a ring on it because you just need more space? That's where this guy comes in. This is the 261BHS. It's basically essentially the same size, the same RV, but with a full-blown super slide to really blow the space wide open. And on a rainy day, it does make a difference. And like I said in the video, I camp for short durations, and we've always said if we were going to camp, if we're going to do this for a week solid or more, we'd probably go ahead and get the one with the slide. But that's the cool thing. They make different models for different purposes, different folks, different strokes, all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do is leave you links in the description to check for pricing, availability, as well as to take a look at some other similar models, including like, hey, what if you want to go with a super slide? Or what if you want one with a full privacy wall? Well, we've got options for you, Bish's RV. So if this is close but no cigar, tell us what cigar would be. Where does that, is that phrase? That sounds like something that would have come from like a carnival, where like, you know, if you win the game where you throw the ball and knock down the pins, you win a cigar. I don't know where that comes from. I could look it up, but I'm not that curious about it. So until next time, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.